Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm joined by Teemo the Scientist, and we're going to be talking about Heavy vs Pyro update. Now obviously the Heavy is going to whoop the Pyro's ass.
Wait, what? You told me we were gonna talk about the update, you sandwich eating, minigun spinning, mini-coring piece of... Hang on. Dumb fatty.
Hey bro, you're on the wrong line.
Oh shit, sorry.
Who the fuck wrote this script? Oh, you piece
Look
of
at
shit.
you!
How come,
Dumbass.
why do I let you write my scripts? Why do I let you write my scripts?
Oh,
Tell
what,
me,
you gonna
why,
cry?
why
You
would
gonna
I
cry
ever let
now?
you write my script? Alright, so that intro was kind of just a little joke, but in all seriousness though, the Heavy vs Pyro update did come out, and we're going to talk about some stats like I did in my Tough Break video, and this update didn't do a whole lot to Heavy. They kind of touched 3 topics, and in case you're a little sad like myself, don't worry, it's said that they're both going to get a future update all to themselves. This, for right now, is just some gameplay changes. So, with that said, let's talk about the first downside, and that is to the Natasha. Well, to the Natasha and Brass Beast, that is. What they did is they took the 20% resistance on both weapons, and made it so now that you have to be revved up and below 50% max HP, which in a sense means you have to have less than 150 total HP, or maybe 160 if you're using the Delucas bar. So, what's that really do for you? How does this affect you? What it does is basically you can survive maybe 1 extra pipe if you're low HP and rev up at the right time, or possibly a headshot if you rev up at the right time. And honestly, it's not gonna help too much. All it is a slight nerf to both weapons. Brass Beast is still not good. Natasha's alright. You can use the Natasha if you want to kill scouts, pyros, or whatever. Next up is the Hulong Heater. I actually just was recording just the tips before this update came out, and now I gotta trash the script. Thanks, Valve. But anyway, I am quite excited to talk about these updates, as it's been a while since the Hulong Heater has even been touched, and it's just good to know that Valve kind of cares about the Heavy a little bit, tiny bit, slightly. But what they did to the Hulong is they added minus 10% damage, which at first is like, oh shit, what are they doing? But then they added 25% increased damage versus burning players. And they also reduced the ammo drain to minus 4 seconds from minus 6 seconds. They also reduced the actual fire damage that the ring puts out from 15 to 12, which isn't noticeable because the only thing you really want to use that is for afterburn anyway. So it's minus 10% damage, so at this point it does 90% damage usually, which is more than the Natasha does, so it's quite alright. And added 25% increased damage versus burning players, so if they get close to you, you can do a lot of damage as they're close to you, and they're also on fire. Alright, so if we do some basic math here, we take 25% and take away 10%, because there's the minus 10% damage penalty, what's that leave us with? 15%. 15% is 5% less than the Brass Beast, so it can almost do as much damage as the Brass Beast does, for the downsides of less ammo and less damage to non-burning players. However, I will warn you, because the way the whole DPS and damage falloff system works, that 10% can be really troubling at a distance, but we're not really losing a whole lot here, as the Brass Beast also was not good at a distance either. It's pretty much really good at close range, not so much far range, nor sentry guns, nor pyros, but everything else this is pretty useful for. They reduced the ammo from minus 6 ammo per second to minus 4 ammo per second, which is, again, quite useful. It might be able to save you maybe an extra 2-3 seconds in the long run, which is very, very useful, I assure you. And then the Ring of Fire is really not that big of an issue. It lost you 3 points, but you really use that for the afterburn effect anyway. The last update is for the Buffalo Steak Sandwich. Fixed, put in parentheses, damage taken multiplier accidentally being plus 10% instead of the listed 25%. So that means the entire time you guys have been using the Buffalo Steak Sandwich up until this point, it has only been giving you plus 10% in damage, which has been crippling. That weapon is bad. It is bad, I will say it again, that weapon is bad. And now, they buffed it up to 25%. Thanks, Valve. They really just nerfed the Heavy again. There's no talk here about fixing the gunmetal change or buffing the Brass Beast even. All it's been has been downsides. So, in order to survive this update, till the inevitable Heavy update that they said they will make, I would suggest running Stock, Sandwich, and Fist of Steel, maybe even Grew if you really want to be creative. Also, Tommy Slab is safe to use as well. I would highly just recommend those for right now. Maybe even KGB and stock shotgun, but don't go too far out of your way to try and use these other miniguns like the Natasha, Brass Beast, or Hulong, and don't try to use the Buffalo Steak, because it's not going to work. It makes you melee only, which is really not good, and it makes you take 25% more damage, which is very, very, very crippling. It basically makes the Warrior Spirit not usable if you use this weapon. So why did Valve do this? I'm not too sure, but it's all nerfs for the Heavy. You know, you gotta eat what's given to you. If you're given a bowl of steaming fish heads, you're gonna eat that bowl if you're starving. You're gonna fucking just scarf it down. So, hey guys, we gotta put up with what Valve does, because I'm sure in the long run, Valve will eventually, maybe, potentially buff the Heavy. We have no idea when, but all we can do as Heavy mains is take what we got, make the best of it, and try to keep moving forward. Now, if you guys want to support the Heavies, make sure you click Join Team Heavy, like I did right here. Make sure you do that. If you don't do that, all your kills won't be going to anyone. You want to vote Heavy, so that way his update comes first. Because this whole Heavy versus Pyro is a democracy thing. Let me explain. When you vote Heavy, it counts your kills. And basically it'll be a percent. So if the more players that vote Heavy have the higher kills than the players that vote Pyro, the Heavy will have an update sooner than the Pyro will. However, they both will have them at all time, so I wouldn't really worry about it. Now, this is only part 1 in a part 2 video, so if you guys want to see how the Pyro has been affected, go check out Teemo's video right here, link will be in the description, and, you know, like I said, just keep your chin held high and hope for the best in the future. Have a swell day, peace out.